Hey, what's going on, everyone? Well, this is every time on the side, 10 times everyone. I'm just here to give you a quick preview about the first ODI happening between Bangladesh and New Zealand in Christchurch in New Zealand. It's technically in New Zealand. Is going to take place on Boxing Day. That's the 26th. As is cricket tradition in Australia and New Zealand, and I believe England as well. You never know. Yeah. So, by the way, this has been recorded like the 25th of December, like just about like 12:10 a.m. So, Merry Christmas to all those who are celebrating it. Anyways, let's get to it. This seems like a day affair, a day a day game. Okay. The news coming out of the New Zealand camp is that Trent Bolt and Tim Southee they're not going to be used as vigorously in this ODI series, and the following T20 series, which are like three T20s. Okay. Now that can be a blessing in disguise. You might have Matt Henry coming up. Like Mitch McClenaghan, or I think that's his name. You might have him. You might have him like do his thing. You might have maybe someone like an Ish Sodhi. Try and get something done. Uh, I don't think Corey Anderson might not be in the mix. I don't know. But yeah, New Zealand right now, they've just lost a series to Australia, and they've lost it like convincingly. They got dominated by Australia. So that's something New Zealand will have at the back of their minds. Then again, Bangladesh just excuse me came off losing us an ODI series to England, which I thought should have been 5 matches. But yeah, so you can kind of say this is a case of Tigers must win. Yeah, you're damn right, Tigers must win because you know for the most part they have dominated at home. I'm like, okay, I, I don't know. I would have, here's the thing with winning streaks. You'd like to keep it going, but I guess like our compensation was that we actually beat England in a thing, in a test match, where, by the way, I must say this: England got extremely exposed by Bangladesh. The them Indian boys, they were looking at the test match between England and Bangladesh, and they were scouting, they were reporting, and they were exactly what the strengths and weaknesses are of England, and they pounced on that. So yes, England's grave void in spin bowling and familiarity with true spin bowling in spinning conditions has been tested. Okay, but back to Bangladesh. I'm still skeptical. Why are they picking Sharma Sharkar? The guy didn't even do good in the BPL. Why do they keep picking him? I don't get it. Obviously, the coach sees something in him that we don't. But that's something he is not delivering, Sharma Sharkar. Trust me, if it was me, I'd say, listen, kid, either get your act together or you're gonna go off as another one-hit wonder of Bangladesh cricket history. And we've had plenty of those. Look at Enamul Haq, Enamul Haq Jr., Anamul Haq, who we got? Abul Hassan. Like, guys, you know what I'm talking about. The list goes on and on about one-hit wonders in Bangladesh cricket history. But yeah, what is good to see, Mustafizur Rahman is coming back, and also he actually played in the warm-up game, which I'm not too much of a fan of. I'm not too much of a fan of showing all your cards, before a match, like before an international match. And the warm-up game, yeah, the New Zealand 11 won by 3 wickets. which is actually pretty close. A close enough victory. Not really close, but a close enough victory. Like anything, 5 wickets and up, that means it wasn't a close victory. It was pretty damn convincing. Even 4 wickets, you could say it was a close game because like 4 wickets, you have pretty much the bowlers left, and sometimes one informed batsman left. So that's how cricket works, especially in ODI cricket, limited overs cricket. That's how cricket works. Well, especially in ODIs. In T20, a 4 wicket victory is a pretty big victory, but in ODIs, no. In ODI is a longer format, and so much more possibilities of a lot of stuff happening. But yeah, Tamim Iqbal has been informed. Imrul Kais has been informed. Shakib Al Hasan, his T20 overexposure, we are seeing the detriments of that. Mashrafi Mortaza, he's the man. He's the motherfucking man. So, excuse me, because with his limitations, he knows what to do on the field. He knows exactly what to do and how to execute his skills to the best of his abilities, as much as he can on the field. And as the captain, I think he's also very good because he understands the fast bowlers. Now, the time has come to actually make people like Mustafiz. No, Mustafiz, he's still coming up. Taskin Ahmed and Rubul Hussain, wear the big boy boots and start shouldering majority of the responsibility when something's not going, not going right. That being said, don't be surprised if you see a Mehdi Hasan Miraz debut tomorrow. Tomorrow. Don't be surprised if you see Mehdi Hasan Miraz debut tomorrow. No, well, actually, yeah. Well, today. Oh, yeah. Because I don't know, after those 2 performances, which were on severe spinning tracks, I would recommend and urge the Bangladesh Cricket Board not to go too far, saying that he might be our spinning off right arm off break sensation and all that. No, don't go too far. Take it one step at a time. And by the way, I believe Ibadat Hussain and Shubhasis Roy is actually, or what? Fuck your English names. Shubhashish Roy is actually in the lineup, I believe the top 15 or something. So here's my 11. I'll put Tamim Iqbal, Imrul Kais, number 3 batsman. Actually Tamim Iqbal, Shomo Sarkar, because unfortunately, we have the fuck to deal with. Imrul Kais, Mahmudullah, Shakib Al Hasan, Mushfiqur Rahim, Shakib Al Hasan, Mushfiqur Rahim. This is not in necessarily Mashrafi Mortaza, Taskin Ahmed, Mustafizur Rahman, Rubul Hussain, and I can see them going with the Mehdi Hasan Miraz, but I'd probably pick the. I can't recall from the top of my head the entire list of the 15. But you know what? Fuck it. For the first ODI, I might actually go with the Mehdi Hasan Miraz, because we have Shakib, we have Mahmudullah, we have Mehdi, we have the pace bowler, so we have a good variety. And by the way, Mahmudullah is a different bowler to Mehdi Hasan Miraz. If you guys realize, Mahmudullah has a bit of height on him. He's like 6'0", 6'1". For Bangladeshi standards, those are actually pretty high. That's actually pretty tall. Mehdi, I don't think he's finished with his growth spurt yet. So it's also the angle of release of a lot of these deliveries. The New Zealand 11 expect a lot of changes. Wow, I don't even know what to expect of the New Zealand 11. But all I know is hopefully Bangladesh will actually they hopefully they will not line up the opening four or three or four with just left-hander, 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 left-hander. Maybe Imrul Kais comes in at number 4 and Mahmudullah comes in at number 3. Because I think Mahmudullah can actually play that number 3 role. Okay, here's how I do it. Let's say Tamim Iqbal and Shamma Sarkar. Okay. Depends on who gets out. If Shamma Sarkar gets out, bring in Imrul Kais. If Tamim Iqbal gets out, bring in Mahmudullah as the next batsman. Because it's to do with the temperament of the batting. And, recently of late, Tamim Iqbal has been, he tends to have a more calmer temperament and hunger for getting runs right now more often than not. Okay, I'm looking forward to your comments and suggestions. Guys, do leave in the comments who do you think your playing 11 should be for Bangladesh and New Zealand, and what do you think realistically the outcome would be. I was MC Tamil signing out.